in the day.
That was
Who's going out?
amazing.
Don't be lighting up no buzz.
You know what, ladies? This has been amazing. I am so grateful that you guys came over to have this girls' night. It meant so much to me. And hearing your stories, so powerful. I really But you know what? I do need to get my beauty rest so I can look.
Where
Where you going?
I go? She trying to slip in the dark.
She might be telling the truth. She could be prepping for the holidays.
Yes.
Because, you know, what is it about black folk that we just can't have a holiday? Like, we got to celebrate stuff way past the time allotted by society.
It take that long.
We don't have birthdays. We got birth months.
Yes, I do.
Christmas starts the Saturday after Thanksgiving, because if your family is anything like mine, Turkey Day and Black Friday are just the same. Which is not to be confused with the time between the day after Halloween and the third Thursday in every November. That's a whirlwind of conference calls to figure out who gonna bake the macaroni and cheese, what time is dinner, only for it to start 2 hours late. And now the week leading up to the holidays, that's prep time. You gather your elders, you throw on Donnie and Aretha, you clean the house, you prep the food, and then finally the day is here, where you rip off your apron and you throw on your referee uniform for them arguments that's gonna pop up because somebody did cut somebody in spades.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, and do not get me started on my uncle when he get drunk and he grab that broom and he break out into a rendition of Merry Christmas to all of you. Surrounded by scores of equally drunk cousins saying, you better go on up. Now for me, the holidays were always my favorite. Because it didn't matter what arguments happened throughout the year, every single holiday we were all together. And I felt whole. Until I didn't. And I remember it like it was yesterday. It was the week after Christmas, and I was crying because my dad had once again whooped me for something that I didn't do. And she said, well, he treats you like that because he ain't your real daddy, and that ain't fair to y'all. Ooh, child, she said that so calmly, so casually, not realizing that she had just shattered my 11-year-old world. Because you see, I didn't have a whole bunch growing up, but I did have a mom, and who I thought was my dad when he wasn't in jail, and the holidays. The holidays. After that announcement, everything shifted. Suddenly, those warm Christmases at Grandma's house didn't feel so warm. The hugs felt fake. And the food, okay, real granny or not, like she could throw down in the kitchen. Always good. But seriously, after I learned the truth, everything was different. I mean, eventually the person who I thought was my dad went away for a very long time. And although we would still gather at Grandma's house and I would still run around with my cousins and sing along with the Temptations, it just felt different. And the very same settings that used to make me feel so whole now left a hole. One filled with a question mark. And so naturally, I did what any overachieving, emotionally traumatized Black woman would do.
What's that?
I became the ultimate holiday host. I mean, everybody and their grandmama, you can find them at my house on the holidays. Cousins, uncles, baby daddies, them coworkers that you really can't stand but you want to play politics with, they was all at my house. Every single holiday curated for maximum togetherness. I mean, decor so good, Auntie Mariah would walk in and go, it's time. Playing cards on deck. Food so good make you want to slap your mama, and a playlist filled with the spirit of my ancestors watching mommy kissing Santa Claus. My home has become a flood of a new generation of cousins. Now I get a baby's pot lick and argue that it builds character. Spades games still get drowned out by football arguments. People who didn't contribute nothing to the meal still feel they caught up with Tupperware. And now me and my siblings get to force our kids in a circle and be like, show them that little dance you do, baby. And for a moment, I'm frozen in time and I feel better. But the thing about Black holidays is that after it happens, that's it. Bellies and containers get filled, people get drunk, and then they leave. And when I am all alone, scrubbing another strange stain, trying to figure out how the hell they get hot sauce on the ceiling. That weight on my shoulder returns. And it's not the spirit of my ancestors saying, good job. It's the shadow of a man that I've never known. And it's not like I haven't tried to put a face to the shadow, right? For Christmas 3 years ago, I got myself Ancestry.com, hoping it was going to lead me to my daddy. Unfortunately, all I learned is that I'm 30% white woman, which sent my Black Power ancestors into a spiral and now forces me to include green bean casserole on the menu to make my white ancestors proud.
That's why those.
Do white people even got ancestors? Well, anyway, when I didn't get the answers that I was looking for, I turned right back to celebrations. This time, expanding it to every third Sunday, constantly filling my house with family to drown out the questions in my mind. I have been desperately chasing a version of together that just no longer exists. Because it's not the food or the location or even the decorations that makes us all together. It's the compilation of our spirits intertwining in a dance built on love. But mine was built on lies. And a part of me is missing, and I am never going to get that back. And you know, I've been thinking a lot about how we show up in certain spaces, the care we take into the carefully curated menus and the matching pajamas and the perfect photos. Each of us trying to prove that we are together, whole. And as I look back over those images, I realize that all of us are broken. And maybe that's okay. Maybe that's what makes us together. My broken pieces clinging to your broken pieces and creating something magical. My broken piece just happens to have a voice, a name, a face that I will never get to see me walk down the aisle. And I used to think that if I were perfect, I could fix it, right? That if I didn't acknowledge that the whole existed, that somehow it would go away. But it's still there. So this year, I'm doing things a little different. This year, I am giving space to the empty feelings and the thoughts and the void because it's part of my story. And maybe being all together doesn't mean that we're perfect. Maybe it just means that we show up anyway.
Yeah.
With our wholeness and our holes. And so I am taking solace in the fact that as a new generation of children and grandparents and aunts gather around my table, that they too can feel the spirit of our ancestors pushing us to do better. And I am so grateful for the fact that even though I'm broken and even though I'm not perfect, my family is still showing up, still loving, still laughing, still all together. Thank you. Let's hear it for Soul Collective! Thank you for coming out tonight. 6 years ago, I was telling stories on stage, and I was in other people's shows, and nothing just felt quite right. I didn't have storytellers on stage that looked like me. I didn't feel like I was in front of audiences that loved me back. So I kind of felt like giving up. And I met two other women, Cara and Dee Dee, who are not with us today, who also told stories, and I invited them over to my kitchen table, and we really sat for a year and dreamed about what was possible. And through that, we launched Soul Collective 5 years ago, and we have grown, and we have changed, and we've evolved. And we've been able to do that through leadership that are all volunteers and individual donors through our GoFundMe site, and now we have some institutional donors with Field Foundation and the Owl Pick Jr. Fund, and we have new partners at Collaboration Theater, so thank you for your support. Please be moved to support us again and again and again. Follow us on social media. We average 2 shows a year, so our next show will be in spring. So bring more people, and we will see you then. Again, thank you. Let's go to Soul.
I'd like to thank you all for coming to All Together Again by Soul Collective. Give it up. Let's give it up for Kila Moore, Ruby Alton Hicks, Michelle Hughes, Terry A. Johnson, Shelly A. Davis, Wilda Gonzalez, Karen Dorrington Reeves, and Ayana Clark.